All right, traders, good evening. A very warm welcome. This is Devang from the Financial Analyst, and hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday evening. It's 6:20 as I record this video. And quick message, always spread love rather than hate. Love can make lives. It can give people hope. It can give a smile to someone's face without you knowing it. At the same time, if you hate someone, if you shower some hate to someone, that can always break lives. It can ruin lives and destroy lives without you even knowing it. So always spread love rather than hate, and always be grateful for what you have, for what you are, for everything that's around you, because being grateful is the biggest gift that you have. Always appreciate everything that's around you. And if you have a dream that you want to achieve, do not blame someone else for your own wrongdoings. Always be grateful. Work hard towards your dream and never give up, because if the vision is strong enough, that dream, that vision is going to pull you towards accomplishing that dream. Today is about a very interesting question. Can we go short without actually going short? That's the title of the video. Can we go short, or can we be bearish in the markets without actually having any short exposure? What do you guys think? We have a lot of knowledgeable, experienced people that watch this channel. We have a very interesting community, positive vibes only hashtag. Let me know in the comments, what is your what take on this? So very interesting question, as I said. Now you have to understand right now, there are still a small fraction of people who are bearish. And I'm of a very strong belief, when everyone turns bullish, all retailers, that's when the markets start to come down. But there are still a small number of people that are still bearish. Now the question is, markets are giving signals that they want to come down. They are surely. The FIIs are on another world. One day they are selling in the cash market. Today they bought about 1,200 crore in the cash market. If you look at the FII data in the derivative segment, they're short on the stock futures. So they are showing some caution. They are. But that doesn't mean the markets are coming down. Markets will surely come down, maybe 500 points. But when? Maybe 1 year later, maybe 6 months later, that I don't know. Today is about giving you a roadmap and answering some very important questions. What goes on in the mind of Devang Mehra? That's what we'll answer today. And then in the end, I'll give you an intraday view. Obviously, that's what I can do for you. But thank you always for spreading love on this channel. So can we go short without actually going short? A lot of people, I come across a lot of people, and they say that, we're expecting markets to come down. It's already overbought, right? And we're expecting a 500-point fall in the market, which can come. So they start taking puts, and eventually the premiums decay and they lose out money, because already the volatility index is not enough. Today it's come to 16.3. It's a good thing for the VIX, starting from 14 to 16. It's a good thing. Premiums will start to do some movements now, at least. But I remember what Steve Jobs said. I never forget that. This is a very good advice I can give you. Steve Jobs said, you can never connect the dots looking forward, but you can only connect the dots looking backward. Very important now, understand. A lot of people want to go short, right? Now, if you know that the markets want to come down, I've already told you, I have interesting touch points around 15,880 to 15,900, 60,000. I've already given you that range. I'm very cautious in that zone. Even above 15,800, I'm very cautious. I might not trade in the index. I'm not saying I'm bearish or bullish. I'm saying I become cautious. You're already aware of that. Let's not talk about that. But fine, let's say the markets want to come down. Right now, you have to answer for yourself. Are you still bullish? Are you turning bearish? Are you turning cautiously bullish, cautiously bearish, or cautious? You have to answer that question before you see this video. Now, let's say markets want to come down. Fine. Let's take scenarios. Let's say it's 15,900, whatever that level is. Markets want to come there and they want to crash, or they want to come down 500 points. Now, the question is, if I go take short there, right? I'm scared, right? Why not? Even if I want to take a short right now on the markets, the risk reward is not in my favor. We still have a good 100 point, 150 point SL we have to keep, because of the range possibility that is out there. So the risk reward and the probability is not in my favor. You can always go short, but the risk reward is always skewed right now. Same is the case with Bank Nifty. How today 35,000 became extraordinary support. You're right. Everyone was expecting markets to come down, but Bank Nifty again supports. And we know very well below 35,000 is something the pain starts. But up to that, things are still fine. Same for Nifty. I've given you the levels, 15,600, 15,680 levels have been given to you. So I started thinking backward. I'll tell you what we have been doing in the last 2 days. You have been benefiting from IT, API. I'll tell you what is going on. So my idea was that, Devang, let's start to become cautious, but I can't take a shot, right? Because I'm against the trend. And if I'm against the trend, I can be really slayed by the market if I'm really wrong and the premiums are not increasing. So what I said, fine, if the markets want to come down at one point of time, let's say in a week or 2 weeks, fine. What is the reason that the markets will come down? I said, Devang, first answer that question. Last 20 days, we had no reason. I have two reasons now. What are the two reasons? Number one, crude oil. Crude oil. Now, listen to what I'm saying. It's very, very interesting. Crude oil is at monthly highs. It's retraced a bit. It's still at monthly highs. It's already broken out. If it start to go above 72 highs, it's going to go up a lot. So I said, Devang, there is one reason that the markets can come down, crude oil. Why? Because India is a net importer of crude, and crude oil, higher prices are going to put in inflationary pressure on India. And already inflation is a lot. It's already not a lot. It's actually way, way, way above the limit set by the RBI of 4 plus minus 2. So right now WP is around 10%. So the first trigger that can come is on Friday. Friday evening, the WPI CPI inflation numbers are coming out, right? So maybe this time the gap up Monday is actually the gap up Monday that we are known for. Are you understanding? I don't know. But again, the question is, can I go short? That's the question I wanted to answer. I kept thinking for this weekend that I have, I kept on thinking. I said, Devang, what do you want to do really? I came to a conclusion. I said, if crude oil wants to get the markets down, fine. Markets might come down on the back of rising crude. Why not buy the crude? Think about what I did. I said, why not? How do I buy the crude? I buy the oil marketing companies, OMCs. I bought IOC, ONGC, what you heard. HPCL is something I bought personally. And I've also bought another one. Just recently, I bought another oil company actually. One second. And IGL, gas. Look what I've done. I said, if crude has to go up, these guys will have to perform. I said, buy these companies. I start from the front. Okay, fine, 15,900 markets will fall 500 points. But now trying to join the dots. What will happen? What will make the markets fall? One is crude oil. Let's bet on that. If the inflation is high, right, crude is going to go up. Inflation pressure going to come in the markets. So we said bet on crude. We bought crude. We bought the OMCs, right? Number two, what is the sector that can be responsible? What can be the sector that is responsible? I thought to myself, I saw all the sectors. The only sector that does not look good is Bank Nifty. And even today, PSU banks have just given up. Today, I was actually hoping that a good rally comes in the end in PSU bank, but it didn't come. It's given up. When I say given up, it means that some sideways momentum, some short-term sideways momentum can happen in PSU banks. Basically, the banks in general. And private sector banks are looking weaker than ever, right? At these levels, looking very, very weak. So I said, fine. If banking is something we're betting against, that the market's banking, because you have to see what's happening. Nifty every day is giving you what? Higher highs, higher lows. Even today, it's ended in red, but it's still giving you higher highs, higher lows. But Bank Nifty is like a big brother. This Bank Nifty is saying, I'm going to fall. That is why Nifty doesn't want to go up. There are so many sectors helping Nifty be high. But Bank Nifty, because it's 35-40% weight, it is not letting Nifty to perform. Very, very interesting point. So banking is another sector. What did I do? I said, Devang, let's not short the market. There's no point shorting the market. Let's do one thing. Let's bet against the market, but by buying. I bought OMCs. We bought IT. Why? Because if banking sees outflow, IT or any other defensive sector sees inflows. And we were so on point yesterday. When I said 27,110 IT sector, please accumulate. I give you all the names. I said, buy all. If you have 1 lakh capital, don't put in one company, buy all. Diversify. Don't put one in one basket. I think only Emphasis didn't perform. We bought everything, I think. Only Emphasis hasn't performed. I'm holding a lot of other companies. Emphasis didn't perform. This was down 1.5%. Otherwise, everything performed. Apple, LTI, LTTS, Tech Mahindra, HCL Tech. We were on point. And see what happened today. Today, when the banking sector saw 1% outflow, IT saw 1.2% inflow. So we eventually are gaining even though markets are coming down. Smart. Today, what happened? Today, when the markets came down, we saw some huge inflows coming in the API sector. All API companies, PI Industries, Deepak Knight and Naveen Fluorine, Podler, Galaxy is not in API, but whatever. You saw what happened? We gave you that entry. Hopefully, you made money on that. So what I'm trying to say, sector rotation is very, very fast. It is a time for you to maybe recast portfolios. बहुत important है. It's very, very important. So you saw, understood what I did. I am betting against the market. How? By buying IT, by buying API. Today I booked some profits in Axis, SBI, Bajaj Finance, Mahindra, Hero MotoCorp. All are profits. Nazara Tech was small loss. MTA Tech was also profit. You all are aware on the Telegram group already. But why? Because again, if banking sees outflows, auto will also become weak. I'm not being bearish. I'm not shorting auto. Just booking profits on auto because I'm seeing some opportunities in other sectors. Rotations are happening. It's very, very fast. Now, what is the downside of the strategy that I've deployed? I'm not doing any hedging. I'm known to not to hedge. That's what I'm known for in the community. So what have I done? Let's say buying ITs, buying APIs, correct? Now, what's the risk involved? Let's say markets don't fall. Let's say our analysis is wrong. We haven't even, by the way, short the market. I'll tell you when to do that. But let's say markets don't fall. Am I at a risk? No. Why? Because even if the market goes up, fine, auto will outperform, Nifty Bank will outperform. But even then, IT and API has to be up, because when Nifty is up, everything will be up. But Nifty, IT, and API might not be 5% up, they might be 2-3% up. So still, we are at small profit. I am not at loss. Even OMCs, they're at a small profit because markets are going up. So when the markets are going up, because I'm not in any shorts, I will not lose money. I am bullish. Number two, what if markets come down? Let's say market crashes 500 points. Assuming, example, if the market crashes 500 points, knee-jerk reaction will come in all the sectors. Every sector, everything will fall down for a day or two. But then who will recover? History has proven us something, that IT will recover the fastest, consumption, pharma, all these companies. So eventually, even in a falling market, we guys are in a good state of mind, in a good position. So I did this. This is what I recommended. So without me telling anyone, the last couple of days has been us helping you build a foolproof portfolio. If you bought IT, API, the OMCs, I have actually made you a foolproof portfolio to help you even if the market comes down. And if your portfolios are up, it is already up, it should be up, you are safe. Safety in the market. I always say I can't promise you 100%. I can't give you a stock that goes up 100%, even though we did find out the API sector which went up good today. But I can promise you safety. That's what we did. So this is something that was going over my head. I said, let me discuss it with everyone. You should know how I think in the market. It's not always about doing option selling, option buying, hedging and all. It's also being smart when you're in the equity segment and deciding what companies will perform and when and what time. One very interesting thing that I'm seeing in the current market, I'll show you the Nifty 50 sectors. See, banking, as you know, is coming down. Finance also, because banking finance are linked, they're also trying to come down. It's already started giving you lower highs, lower lows. This is one basically sector, a big sector, which could be a reason if markets fall. Why? Auto is still fine. Auto is still fine. Nothing to worry in auto. FMCG, you will see something very interesting. See today what happened. FMCG broke out. Matlab FMCG becomes very attractive for the coming future, like IT. Now see what I'm coming to. IT broke out today. FMCG broke out today. Defensive sectors. See, so focus on FMCG for the coming days. You can make some good money because breakout has happened. Hint. Look at pharma. Pharma is a great build-up. I alerted on Telegram also. Can you see pharma also defensive sector building up, trying to break out? If pharma breaks out above these highs, 14 to 80 or whatever it is, again it breaks out. Pharma comes into focus. Metal is down again. Metal ticket is down. IT is outstanding. It's just broken out today, highest level ever. Oil and gas also doing comfortable. It's already broken out. We're comfortable in oil and gas. And finally, consumption is also broken out. Listen to what I have to say. Broken out today. What am I trying to say? Can you see how the Nifty Bank, metal, finance, auto, they are coming down, and how the defensives are going up? Growth companies coming down, defensive going up. Why? Why are people putting money in defensives? People ask me a lot of times in this strategy that we are doing, buying IT companies, buying OMCs, buying API. Why API? Because of monsoon. It's a monsoon season, so API will be a beneficiary. So if because of this, if the market falls, will not these companies fall? Yes, they will. But always remember, let's say FIIs pull out 2,000 crore from the market and the market falls. Example, let's say they pull out 2,000 crores. Do you think they will sit on cash for 10 days, 20 days? No. If they're pulling out money, fine, they will sit on cash, but also they will put some cash somewhere. I'm not saying they won't put in other countries like America. or they will invest in the dollar. But don't you think a portion of them will be reinvested somewhere? And that is what is happening right now. You are seeing a sector rotation into IT, defensives, consumers, pharma. That is being smart. I just wanted to teach you something new today. That was something which I wanted to talk about. I hope it is clear. Be with the IT companies and enjoy life. That is all I can say for now. Be with the API companies. Never think it's too late. I am very bullish on IT. Very bullish on IT. Banking will see some pressure. Short-term pressure will come there. So all PSU banks, I'm still fine. Remember, PSU banks and private are not linked. Nifty Bank and PSU banks are not linked. Nifty PSU bank can go up. Nifty bank can be down also. So we are not putting more money in Nifty PSU bank right now. We will get a sizable dip, then we will think. Otherwise, we are holding our investments. I've only booked some money in SBI because that is responsible for Nifty Bank movement. So I've booked SBI partially. Others like PNB Baroda, they are going to be. They're going to be long-term investments. So I'm not panicking there. Okay. So my advice would be going forward. Intraday, you can always keep on doing up and down. That I'm not concerned about. वो तो हर रोज ही चलता है. But please recast portfolios. If you expect that is if you expect the markets to come down, try to come into defensives. That is what I have done today. That's the reason why I'm not so active this week. Luckily, I'm not active because I'm getting to spend time on my portfolio. It's very important. I keep on adding companies, deleting companies, and it's very important. The reason why I say this is because if markets are coming down, let's say Bank Nifty 2000 points, Nifty 500 points, example मैं दे रहा हूँ, अगर आ जाता है, so all these banking, auto, they take a big hit. So it's always good to book profits because if they're unrealized, they're always notional gains and they don't matter. So booking profits is also a very important part of investing. I'm not saying book everything. If you have bought SBI at 320, I'm not saying book everything, but at least book a portion of it because we're sitting in a 30-35% gain already. So keep that point in mind. Recast portfolios, put some more money into defensives, take out some money now from the market. I think it's a good time. We're at a psychological 16,000 mark. It's a good time now to start taking out some money. If you do not want to do that, fine, but put money in defensive so that you are safe. Just one, I would say, alert signal that I want to give to everyone. Markets will come down, no doubt to that. We never know when. So we should always be prepared. We should always be prepared. That 20 days time I've given is already over. So we never know. I'll now, in the next 5 minutes now, I will give two things. Let's talk about the intraday view first, and then I will give you a personal bias, right? People want to hear what's Devang Mehra's personal bias now. I'll give you that also. First, let's talk about the intraday view. If you made money today, let me know in the IT sector. How many people made money in IT? Let me know. In API, Deepak and Naveen, let me know. Please like, share, comment. बहुत अच्छा लगता है. It really, pleases my heart. And when I come to YouTube and I see those likes, it just pleases my heart. Positivity, positive vibe, guys. Always. Nifty Bank. So you can see Nifty first of all. Nifty is still higher highs, higher lows. Doesn't want to come down. Momentum is strong. Very strong momentum. You can see the shortest number on the 5MA. It's still being held. You're not closing below that. Support being provided. Nothing to worry still in Nifty. Nothing to worry. So if Nifty Bank decides to be higher, maybe tomorrow, day after, Nifty can cross 15,800. It can easily do that because Nifty wants to go up. It's just because of the banks, HDFC Bank, Twins and all, Bajaj Finance is not going up. So that is one thing that you should have to keep in mind. Point number 2, intraday view, right? See, intraday view, again, I'm going to give you a very simple view. Let's not complicate things. I've already said 15,600 and 600 levels, round numbers, 620, the 20-point zone. See, as long as this is there, you should be, again, bullish, but cautiously bullish. If you become bearish also, become cautiously bearish. See what happened today. Today, markets opened again higher opening. It fell down again, got bought into. Why? Because above these levels, structure is intact and you have to be cautiously bullish and also cautiously bearish. Bullish you can still be, but when you're bearish, try to book your profits fast. So tomorrow, what could happen? A lot of things could happen. First of all, if like we have a good resistance coming in at the highs, all-time highs, obviously. See, if you're opening in this range, right, you could break out. Why not? You could still break out. Like today, some maybe banking was a reason why markets came down in the first open session. Observe, if you open in this range, if you're opening from 15,740, 15,760, 770, everything is fine. I don't think nothing to worry about. You can always break out and the markets can go higher. But the problem to worry would be if you are opening with a gap down. I think that would be a problem to worry. Why? If you're opening gap down on Nifty, it will obviously mean Nifty Bank is opening below 35,000. It's very, very obvious. That is something to be concerned about. See, again, I'm telling for Bank Nifty also, even if you get an intraday below 35,000, that's fine. You can do your scalping and all, but as long as you're closing above 35,000, things are okay. Things are okay. But any single day you close below 35,000, then short-term pain or a little medium-term pain will start in private banks. And luckily, I'm out of them. I'm out of them. Very small exposure in private banks now. Very small. I can tell you. I sent many messages today that I'm getting out of private banks, getting out of private banks. I'll give you a hint also. So today, if you open gap down tomorrow, then you can come to test these lows. Surely you can. 15,680, it becomes important support. Even if this breaks, then this level can come. But I believe this level should be protected. 15,620 is a good support. Very good support. Keep that point in mind. Nifty Bank, and if you open with in this range, in this triangular range, you can always come for a breakout. Observe, if the breakout happens, trade the market, not the forecast. If the breakout happens, try to take a part of it. But if the expiry is coming, it's always better to go with the next expiry. Or if you're playing in the same expiry, go in the money, right? My 15,800 calls are still going cost to cost. I think 2-3 rupees off, still going cost to cost. So I'm fine. Tomorrow I will decide what to do with it. If I still, I'll tell you why I've taken it. Give me 2 minutes. Nifty Bank also, see, Nifty Bank, as I said, it's already given a quadruple top. 4 tops have been formed. Lower. Things are not looking so good. It also looks like a good inverted flag, right? Bear flag, what people call it. But see, the thing is, it's very, very tricky scenario. 35,000 massive support. If I go you on a 1 hour chart, you can see very well what's really happening. The support is still maintained. 35,000 is still maintained. Again, it becomes very important where Bank Nifty opens. So it will be very clear at 9 o'clock, 8 minutes tomorrow, what markets want to do. See, if Bank Nifty opens somewhere around flat, it again can break down. Why not? But let it happen first. If you want to go short in the market, let it happen first. Let's get a good 5-10 minute closing below this. Then we can go short. And then there is good targets on the downside also. We have 34,900. We have 700. We have even 500 levels open. There is a good room available on the downside. It is available. So if markets are opening flat, you can always trail the SL and you can take a short when the market breaks down. That is the case. And breakdown will happen if you open flattish and you're breaking down these lows. We have some minor support at 34,960. Observe karo. Don't play on any level. Let the market close. Have one closing at least. Then you take a trade that side. Matlab 10 to 15 minute closing is required. However, let us say you open at the upper end of the range. Then this point becomes support. I'm not saying it can't break, but there are more chances. If you're opening with a gap up towards the upper end of the range, then this price becomes a very, very important support. The things will change if you open gap up. Let's say something happens. What's SGX doing? SGX is around flattish, only a 25-point upward bias. But if you open gap up somewhere around 35,200, this will mean that even if the markets come down, then these levels will not be broken. Then this becomes very, very important support. The closing price, the highs and lows, they become very, very important support. And then Bank Nifty can continue sideways to upwards after that. So again, it becomes very, very important where Bank Nifty and Nifty opens. To conclude, if Bank Nifty opens flat to gap up, things are looking fine. As long as 15,620 is maintained, things are looking fine. If Nifty opens gap down, you can do a short scalp. That's totally up to you. Levels have been given to you. 680 is first target. 620 can be first, second target. That's fine. Same with Nifty Bank. Gap up Nifty Bank above 15,200, that 30,200, that can mean sideways to bullish. If you're opening flattish or gap down, that can continue the panic. If you're opening in the range, observe which way you break. Whichever way you break, play the price action. Nothing to worry about. Understood? What is my personal bias now? Let's talk about that. Why not? So I'm already to always have you along with me in this journey, 20 days bullish. Now what to do? See, as I said, there are signals of caution coming. I will not say no. I've already alerted you that 15,900 to 16,000 zone is a cautious zone. Even for Bank Nifty, I'll tell you personally. Now again, listen very carefully. Don't take me wrong what I say. I have a lot of touch points coming at 35,978, 36,139, 36,234. I'm not saying these levels will come. All I'm saying is I have taken some positions right in the defensive sectors. Why? If the markets fall before I'm expecting them, I am comfortable. I will earn something. I will not earn the optimum. I might do short intraday, but I will earn something. For your 15,800 calls, if you open gap down or something, then book profits, now book losses, whatever it is. See, understand, the other day, when we took that call on Friday, we took it Monday, you got 40-45%. Some people really made some good money on it. If you haven't got out of it, understand price action. And as I said, if you have only hope to hold on to, because you're sitting out the money, very out the money. If you have hope to hold on to and nothing else, get out of the market. If you open with a gap up or something tomorrow, you can still hold it, because then we are at the money, very, very at the money, and some move can happen and you can make money of it. But if a gap down and all comes, book na loss. 5-10 rupee losses there, book it fast, because decay will happen. Now you should be aware of all these things, because expiry is coming. If you were holding this for next expiry, I would have said, fine, you can hold. But just observe that. See, what is my personal bias? Last 1 minute, I will not waste too much of your time. Personal bias is, I feel that one move should come. It is left, not should come. It is left. That is the reason why I've taken an out the money call. Yes, it was some very optimistic trade I took. We haven't gone severely bad. We're doing comfortable on that trade still. But I'm saying, according to my calculations, or you can say according to what I foresee in the market, there is one move. I think the opportunity that one move is left. And one good move of Bank Nifty, which is what, 2% of Bank Nifty, 1% Nifty, that I think is left. And that is the reason why I took this out the money call. But it hasn't happened now. The trigger date for me, as I said, is Friday, right? The inflationary data coming, crude oil into focus, maybe gap up Mondays could be sold into heavily. We will come to that later. But I do not want to wait in calls till that time. I've always been a believer, and I've always told you in this channel that we have a time constraint, and the time is already up. Or you can say max 1 or 2 days are left, right? So if the markets want to fall, or if the market wants to go up, they have 1-2 days. That is why I'm still being a little optimistic about the market. That's why I'm not telling anyone to go short. Okay? I'm not saying buy calls tomorrow morning. All I'm saying is, if you see something, one move is left. Just one move is left. And at this point of time, why am I not shorting? Why is Devang not shorting? I could go short in June expiry, July expiry, month end. Please understand, even if you go short, try to go with a faraway expiry, because we are against the trend right now. See, at this point of time, I don't have a good risk reward ratio, because the reward on the downside is less than the risk on the upside. I personally was planning, I'll tell you what my plan was. Again, it's always the plans don't work. That's the reason why we entered IT and all, OMCs, so that if plan doesn't work, at least we are earning something somewhere. Main thing is we should earn something, not always the optimum. Sometimes forecasts go wrong also. My idea is, or my understanding is, that one move is left in Nifty, and this should get Nifty towards my cautious zone, which means 15,880, 15,000, 15,880, this zone that you can see on the left. I don't know if it happens or not. Maybe tomorrow could be a day, maybe the expiry could be a day. But if the moves don't happen in these 2 days, I do not want to play the upside. I will stop my calls. I will just be patient, because I would require some dip now to go on board. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Just a small message that I had. For me, if I want to aggressively short once with a very small stop loss, for me, I'm again saying me, you can do what you want. That comes in this range, 15,880, that cautious zone I've given you. That is where I want to take short. But before that, I have a 150 point risk. From the current level, it's a 150 point risk or a 200 point risk. That's not in my favor, right? Same with Bank Nifty. I expect, or I'm saying some move is left. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. We will not play the forecast. If it happens, we will try to trade it. If it doesn't, fine. I'm already in a call. It's a 40K on that call. I have 40K, 40,000 rupees. If I lose, I'll probably 50% book a loss and I'll exit, because my forecast will be wrong or my understanding will be wrong. But at least we are in IT and API. Bank Nifty, I'm seeing 600 point upside. I will not lie about it. I don't know why, but I think that one last leg is left. Why? Because there are still some people who are short. And I believe this one last leg of upside is going to be a trap, so that everyone can then become bullish. And when that happens, that is when we become very cautious. So let's wait and watch is all I want to say before I conclude this meeting. Let's wait and watch. Enjoy the market, guys. Always enjoy the market. Don't take any position that's oversized. Don't take any position on these forecasts or anything. Let the markets play them. For example, tomorrow if Nifty breaks out, you can always have a point in mind that maybe a good move can come on the upside. Imagine a good gap up in Nifty bank. So we can always have a thought in the mind that a good upside move can happen. So that is open, but always trail stop losses, always and always and always. And overall, be safe in the market. 35,000 above that, everything is fine. And 15,600 above that, things are fine. Below that is something we start to become concerned. We start to see pain. Don't aggressively trade anything up or down. Only trade what you see. Only trade the market. That's what David Paul said. Don't trade forecasts. Thank you so much. Hope the entire view is clear. Any doubts, let me know in the comments. And always, guys, thank you for the positivity. All right. See you soon.